I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
And we're My Loving Tiger.
We started this band 17 years ago. Now we're back.
And on a mission to revisit, re-record, and re-release every song we've ever written.
So come and join us.
Hello and welcome back to the channel.
In this video, we take a look at recording drums for Write Your Local Congressman.
This time around we decided to attempt to record drums with the electronic drum kit. Normally we record drums with a real acoustic drum set up microphones, get our sounds together, and then track. This time we decided to try something different.
That goes right into MIDI, and then we can edit the MIDI depending on if we want to change how the verse feels or the chorus. Like in this particular song, we tweaked how the chorus fill sounded as we developed the lick. You know, the part was like do 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 do.
Sure. Yeah, the fill into the chorus.
Right. Because we had that in MIDI, we could adjust it. I mean, that's part of the production of why using MIDI drums is you can, after you have the part recorded, you can go in and modify what the drum sounds like. Whereas when you record acoustic drums, you can only push it so far before you start having to layer samples on top.
When you play the electronic drum kit, it's a little different than playing the regular acoustic set because the drums are so much smaller and the cymbals are so much smaller and everything, and so you're trying to be more precise when you play the drums, and it can sometimes create this sort of like awkward motion that you're just trying to stay contained in that tiny little
Cage
of the electronic drum set. Also don't have the world's most expensive electronic drum set.
Does it wobble a little bit?
It doesn't wobble or anything, it has the mesh heads, but it just has the tiny little rubber cymbals, and so you really got to be on point because instead of trying to hit an 18-inch crash, you're over here trying to hit a 6-inch rubber disc, and you're just missing and missing.
So what time signature is this song?
I don't know. I don't really know what it would be. It's the verses are 2 bars of 3 and a bar of 2. That's the way I count it. I count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then that loops.
Because the pre-chorus has syncopation. It's like
Right, but that's the same thing. The pre-chorus is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. The verse is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's 3, 6, 8.
It's 8, but
so
it feels...
it's 2 bars of 4, but you play the feel is 2 bars of 3 and a bar of 2.
Right. And then the pre-chorus is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
The pre-chorus is 3 bars of 3 and a bar of 4. So 3 bars. The pre-chorus is 3 bars of 3 and a bar of 4, which is 3, 6, 9, 13. Is that right?
In the comments, if you can count this, tell us how to count.
Really 13?
Tell us how to count our own song.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, it is 13. So it's in 13, 8.
But then when you
chorus is tech.
But then when you get to the chorus,
but then when you get to the chorus is very simple. It's just kick, snare, straight through. It's simplified so that the guitars can explore their rhythms. It's the chorus, so the vocal is out front and loud, and that's the hook. And the drums aren't doing anything overly complicated to get in the way. This song does seem pretty straightforward, but when you do break down the verses in the pre-chorus, they get a little sort of complicated in the counting.
Tricky.
So when I record the drums, I record a scratch guitar to a click track so that I have something to play along with. So I get a little bit more of a feel. Also, if I get lost or can't remember which part is going to come up next, I have the guitar there to guide me or whatever.
I think it also gives you something groove dynamics-wise to react to.
Yeah, it gives you something to play against.
Yeah, so you're not just playing that 10
just
or...
playing, right to a just solid click track.
Right. It's interesting. Some people want to hear the vocal when they play drums.
I think, I sing.
Yeah.
So
you're in there singing it to yourself.
I don't think that I need to hear the vocals. You'd think if anything you'd want to hear the bass because you're trying to play together with the bass player, but again, we're all the instruments,
right.
So it doesn't really matter.
Also, we've taken these songs apart so many ways. We know the inside and the outside of it, even though we were talking earlier about what are the counts.
Right, yeah, we don't want to. So in my headphones, I'll just have the click track, the scratch guitar, and then I'll hear the electronic drums, and then that's what I'll record to.
Okay, let's take a listen.
So that was the drums. Let us know in the comments if you think the electronic drums sound just as good as real acoustic drums, or if you think they sound fake.
Also, leave a comment if you'd like to hear live playthroughs of the song with acoustic drums. If you have any other questions or comments, leave them below. We'd love to hear from you.
So head over to YouTube or Spotify and listen to the finished version of Write Your Local Congressman. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Also, follow us on all socials,
See you in the next video.
where we record bass.